All right, everyone. We start off today talking about the alleged Iranian hackers that this was back in August. That part of the story has been proven, but allegedly they attempted to send that stolen information. They not only sent it to news organizations, we knew that, but also to the then Biden-Harris campaign. And apparently it was supposedly rejected and they wouldn't accept it. I have a feeling that's not entirely true. My feeling is they're simply denying it. There's plausible deniability. No, we never opened that package. Don't worry. We got a bunch of your campaign info and we decided not to use it. That makes a whole lot of sense. In politics, you're in it to win it. And so if you do get dirt on your opponent, whether it was hacked or not, tendency is you're probably going to use it now, aren't you? For instance, technically speaking, there were data breaches in the 2020 and 2016 elections. This happens fairly frequently at this point. Iran, by the way, has gotten pretty good at hacking things. They're now probably on par with China, actually, as far as state actors go. Although I would note, random hacking syndicates, groups of people that meet on fucking Discord or Telegram or something, they appear to be as good at it or even better than most state actors at this point, which I find hilarious, actually. I think I support that kind of hacking more than state actor hacking myself. Link in the description, archived, of course, explaining a little bit about this story. Now, the allegation is that they tried to give it to, they weren't even trying to sell it, they were just trying to give it to the Kamala Harris campaign, which is what it has become at this point. Now it's the Harris-Walz campaign. I can't imagine that they turned it down, though. I do not believe them for their word on that particular issue. Imagine you've got a competitor. Let's say, think of politics the same way corporations operate, for example. You own a cereal company. Your competitor owns a cereal company. Well, you're trying to compete to sell cereal to people. You're supplying them with cornflakes or something like that. And all of a sudden, someone shows up with a dossier on your competitor. And it's got all sorts of crazy shit in it or something like that, some scandals or something like that. Or it would give you proprietary information from them that you otherwise wouldn't be able to obtain. And so you can say, okay, this is the inner workings of my competitor. Now I just have to analyze this and I can figure out ways to fuck them over. Then I make more money. Well, within politics, it's about, money as well, but also raw power. And so it wouldn't make sense for a campaign to not accept the material. If you can get one up on your opponent, especially if they should just come out and say, yeah, we nicked the information, but, Orange Man bad. That would probably be their explanation. If we find out later on that the then Biden-Harris and now Harris-Walz campaign was actually privy to this information and did accept it, they'll simply say, well, we were defending democracy. Oh, that'll be their excuse. And people will be taken in by that. They'll drop one line from the information that says something unsavory about Donald Trump, and all of a sudden it's justified. It's okay. We've seen this, goddamn, maybe 1,000 times already over the last half-decade. So I wouldn't imagine that it wouldn't happen again. It would be odd if it didn't. At this point, when anything goes wrong, Donald Trump is inevitably to blame for it. Obviously, Trump is an Iranian asset, had his own campaign hacked in order to make Harris look bad, or something like that. They would literally get away with such an excuse, by the way, among many members of the general public. That's what frightens me. The fact that people can be taken in so easily by propaganda. It's all over the place. Most people passively go through life and don't even realize that they're being propagandized to virtually every minute of the day. It's like a dystopia. It's a little bit like maybe a Blade Runner sort of world or something like that, only without the replicants, although we'll probably get those too at some point. Now, the hackers allegedly, they did send emails to news groups. And the news groups, they reported on the fact that they had been contacted, but beyond that, they didn't publish any material or anything like that. But I can't imagine if you email my political campaign with the inner workings of the other campaign, I'm at least going to receive and analyze those things. Assuming that I take them seriously. Of course, if you don't take them seriously and think, well, This could be funny business. It could be a troll of some sort. This unnamed source is claiming something about the other campaign. This is their debate strategy or whatever. I'd say, well, I'm a little bit wary of that because I might not be able to trust the information. But if the Harris campaign knew that Trump had been hacked and it was reported on back in August, then naturally they'd say, oh, well, dig out that old email because it might come in a little bit handy. They're probably analyzing it right now. Here's the campaign structure, the staff, here's the strategy, or whatever it happens to be. It's not 100% certain exactly what it is. The FBI weighing in on it and talking about data breaches and shit like that. I trust the FBI at this point. Considering the last two assassination attempts, the political and legal persecution and everything else, I trust them to get to the bottom of exactly what happened. Yes, I trust them completely. Iranian malicious cyber actors in late June and early July sent unsolicited emails to individuals then associated with President Biden's campaign that contained an excerpt taken from stolen non-public material from President Trump's campaign as text in the emails. Officials from the FBI, U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence said in a joint statement issued Wednesday. They'll get to the bottom of it. They'll get right on it, I'm sure. If the unsolicited email was sent to the then Biden-Harris and now Harris-Walz campaign, I'm sure that it was received. I'm sure that it was read. I'm sure that it was heavily analyzed. Now, what exactly it contains, of course, is non-public. But, you don't need to make it public. Harris simply has to analyze the material and say, oh, okay, this is going to be Donald's strategy at this rally or something like that in order to try to get one over. Why wouldn't you? You can always make the excuse that you're defending democracy. That seems to be the flavor of the month. That's about all. Peace out.